Well, hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video, and this is going to be my review of House of the Dragon Episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. That's the name, right? I think that's the name because I have a lot to talk about in this episode. So much has happened in this episode. It's crazy. So let's just get this out of the way and talk about the actors because the actors are phenomenal in this. So Emma Darcy is absolutely amazing as Rhaenyra. I cannot get enough about how amazing they are as Rhaenyra. It's absolutely incredible. They were amazing in episode 6. But they're even better in episode 8. It's absolutely astounding. Matt Smith still proves that he's the coolest as Daemon Targaryen. You know, at first it was very weird how the whole incest thing, uncle and niece, you know, especially with Millie Alcock, who's way younger in like from episode 1 to 5. I don't know, I feel like, and it was still weird, like in the sense, like from the last episode when they got together. And then they got married. I was like, ugh. But in this episode, something about it works. You know, just something about like the time jump, the 6-year time jump, the fact that they already have like 2 kids and she's already pregnant with another one. So like you can tell there is some connection there, some chemistry there between these 2 characters. And you just kind of like roll with it in a way. Look, incest is still very disturbing, don't get me wrong, but for these 2 characters in this show specifically, it just works. I think it just works. I'm not complaining, so whatever. Olivia Cooke is amazing as Alicent Hightower. Rhys Ifans plays Otto Hightower once again as her father, Hand of the King, and he's still a freaking slimy piece of shit. So in this episode, we get introduced to the older kids. So they're of course the 6-year time jump. So there's gonna be new actors for the kids in this show. So we get an older Aegon, and he's still a weird. Well, he actually became even weirder now 6 years later, because all he does is get drunk and rapes his servant girls. So what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And of course you get an older Aemon Targaryen, the one that lost his eye, and he's a freaking menace. He's an absolute menace. You can tell there's some weird similarities between him and Daemon when they're in the room together. Like, I can't help but feel there's like this weird connection between Daemon and Aemond. And I swear to God, the scene when Daemon just slices Vaemond Valarian's head off, that was so unexpected. My jaw just dropped right in that moment. It was so... like, the detail, like, what the fuck? But it's Game of Thrones. But let's just get this out of the way, because Paddy Considine as Viserys Targaryen, King Viserys Targaryen, is the greatest thing about this episode. And he deserves all the praise. He deserves all the nominations, the awards. He deserves an Emmy for this performance, because it's absolutely fantastic. It's emotional. It's tragic. It's just beautiful. Like, he gave it his all in this role. So in this episode, Viserys is aging. He's dying. He has this disease. You know, he has all the wounds on his back, his arm, his right cheek. There's a hole in there, and his right eyeball is like gone. Like, this guy is dying. Like, he's done. He's done. And so of course, the Hightowers are kind of like in power during this time, basically. One of my favorite scenes of this episode is really the scene when Viserys walks in, enters the throne room, and he has trouble walking to his throne, and you know, everybody's looking at him, and Ramin Djawadi's music is absolutely stunning once again, and you just feel sad. Like, it just makes you so emotional. Like, this, you're just watching this man struggle to get to the throne, and he, like, there's this guard that comes up to him and says, like, kind of like wants to help him up, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then suddenly his crown drops from his head, and you know, somebody picks it up. He looks up, and it's Daemon, his brother, and that was such a sweet moment. It really hit me right in the gut. You're like, all the conflict between all these characters, and Daemon still loves his family, and you can tell by this scene. It's absolutely beautiful. And of course, I love the scene when they're all having dinner together. you know, Viserys is like, why can't you just all be nice to each other and love each other and just stop fighting? And Viserys is basically like us as the audience. Like, I'm always asking myself, why can't you guys like just stop fighting? Seriously. But then again, like, if they stopped fighting, then we wouldn't have this show, right? So whatever. And of course, after that, like, you know, Viserys sitting down in his chair and he's looking at everybody, like, laughing and smiling, having a good time. Everybody's just like, it's peaceful. It's the most peaceful scene in all of GOT, in all of Game of Thrones, and it was almost too good to be true in a way. Like, I don't think I can recall any like peaceful scene in the world of Game of Thrones. Like, maybe like season 1 at the dinner with the Starks, but that's pretty much it. Like, this was like, it was just so odd seeing just everybody happy and not fighting each other. It was so weird, but it felt so good at the same time. But we all know that's not gonna last. And of course, Ramin Djawadi's like music in this scene is absolutely breathtaking. Honestly, guys, this show just keeps getting better and better and better, and they delivered like one of the most emotional episodes in all of Game of Thrones. This is absolutely fantastic. This is a 10 out of 10 episode. Paddy Considine, once again, like, this guy needs an Emmy, guys. Give him an Emmy award, seriously. Well, those are all my thoughts for House of the Dragon episode 8, Lord of the Tides. This was clearly the best episode of the season yet. Yeah, I say that pretty much at every new House of the Dragon episode. It just keeps getting better and better. And so, did you like this new episode? Did you hate it? You know, is this your favorite episode of the show so far? You can put your comments down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.